Hi everyone, it's Carol Williams with Williams Immigration, and we are back for another Monday morning edition of Beyond the Soundbite, where we talk about all things U.S. immigration. As you know, usually we talk about things that have happened within the past week, but sometimes we'll go back beyond that week if it is something that I think y'all would want to know about, or if it's something that is ongoing. So the first thing I want to talk about, you guessed it, is H-1B lottery registration. I know y'all are so tired of hearing me talk about this, but H-1B lottery registration is in fact open right now, and it will close March 17th at noon Eastern Standard Time. So if you have a candidate or you have someone that's currently working for you, maybe they're in student status and you want to switch them over to H-1B, then now is the time to do that because registration for the lottery ends March 17th. And just as a quick reminder, H-1Bs are only for positions that require at a minimum a bachelor's degree and where your candidate has at a minimum the U.S. equivalent of a bachelor's degree, if their degree was from overseas, or a bachelor's degree from the United States in a related field. So time is ticking. If you have any questions, you're still on the fence, feel free to reach out to my office, 954-903-1337, and we can talk about the H-1B lottery and see if you all would be a good candidate to get yourselves entered. But you must act quickly because the lottery does close March 17th, noon, Eastern Standard Time, and the lottery will not open again until next year, 2024. So this is truly your only shot at the H-1B lottery for this upcoming fiscal year. So next thing I want to talk to y'all about is the temporary stamp that we can get put in your green card by USCIS. So not everybody needs a temporary stamp. It is also called an added stamp, which is ADIT. So it is used to show that you are in fact currently a green card holder, but not everybody needs one. Currently, we have to go through the process of calling USCIS, telling them that we would like to get a temporary stamp, and then going into a local office. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I did talk about a pilot program that is out of the Boston local office, where they will basically send you your stamp through the mail. That has not gone through all of the local offices yet. So if you need an added stamp, you are still going to have to go largely to your local office. When you need a temporary audit stamp, typically happens when you have filed to replace your current green card. Maybe it is about to expire. Maybe it has already expired, and the receipt notice that you've gotten is already expired. So now when we apply to extend your green card, the receipt notice itself extends your green card for about 24 months. So you want to make sure that you read your receipt notices carefully, and once that 24 months has expired or is about to expire and you don't have another notice from the Immigration Service, that's when you can go to them and say, hey, I need a new stamp. This is also relevant for individuals that are here in conditional permanent residence, meaning they have a 2-year green card. So again, if your 2-year green card is about to expire or has expired and you have filed to remove your conditions and the automatic extension time frame in your receipt notice is about to expire or has already expired, then you should go ahead and try to get yourself a new stamp so that you have evidence to show that you in fact are a conditional permanent resident. So those are two really common situations that happen when you want to make sure that you got yourself an added stamp by contacting USCIS to get that done. Next thing I want to talk about, super big news coming out of the Immigration Service. Months and months and months ago, I let you know that immigration is expanding their premium processing offerings. Premium processing is their version of an expedited process internally We have already seen where premium processing has been expanded to certain, not all, but certain green card categories. They are now expanding it to F1 students who are applying for their EADs, their employment authorization documents. As you know, currently these documents are taking roughly between 10 to 12 months to be processed. So that is quite a bit of a hurdle for students. But now we are seeing that the Immigration Service has indeed opened up some, not all, of these applications to be upgraded to premium processing. So if you have a currently pending EAD application for pre-completion OPT, post-completion OPT, or your 24-month extension for OPT for STEM students, if those applications are currently pending and in the USCIS system, then you can now upgrade those to premium processing. And that is simply filing the form, asking them to upgrade the processing to premium processing, and you should get a decision, some sort of correspondence back from them relatively quickly, because after all, it is premium processing. So that became eligible as of March 6th. So again, if you have already filed those applications, and you are an F1 student, and you have your EADs, you have your EAD applications pending, they are eligible now for upgrading to premium processing. If, however, you have not filed your EAD application, you must wait. You can file it, but you cannot request premium processing. They will open up premium processing for new student-based EAD applications April 3rd. So as of April 3rd, you can then just file straight away for premium processing from the beginning. Right now, they want to try to get through a little bit more of this backlog. They know that many of you are going to, in fact, upgrade to premium processing. So we're the Immigration Service is, phasing it in slowly, but they are phasing it in. So if your EAD application is currently pending, you can upgrade it to premium processing if it is for pre or post completion OPT and your 24-month extension for STEM, not 24-hour, 24-month. If it is a new application, those are going to have to wait until April 3rd, where you can upgrade those with your initial filing to premium processing. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about this morning is that DHS has extended and also redesignated Somalia for TPS. So for those folks that are needing to extend their TPS, it has been extended for 18 months from August 18th of this year to September 17th of next year, 2024. If you are eligible, some of you may be eligible for the new designation, the new redesignation of TPS for Somalia, and those will be nationals of Somalia who are in the United States, have been in the United States since January 11th, 2023. You all can now apply for TPS for the very first time. So if you, for some reason, missed it the last time and you were eligible and you just didn't apply, you can do so now. If you missed the last designation of TPS for individuals from Somalia because you didn't qualify, you may qualify now. So you want to make sure that you are looking at those requirements closely. The next thing I want to talk to y'all about, which you have heard me talk about, this is one of those things I'm bringing forward from previous weeks. In fact, in this case, I'm bringing it forward from January. The proposed increase from USCIS for filing fees. Today is the last day that USCIS will take comments. USCIS extended the comment period to end today, March 13th of 2023. And so what happens after they receive all these comments, they review them, they decide if they want to make any changes to the proposed rule based on the comments. It is important to know they do not have to make any changes to the proposed rule. Immigration Service is a fee-based agency, meaning that they run the agency based upon the fees that they receive from applicant filing fees. the Immigration Service wants to raise their fees. I fully expect them to raise their fees. I will be shocked if they do not move forward with this. So if you are waiting to file and taking a wait and see approach, I would recommend that you file before the fee increase. So it may take USCIS a few months to sort through all the comments and then work to get this rule published. But I do foresee this rule getting published with very few changes. So we'll see what happens. We'll absolutely see what happens. I will keep you up to date on this. The last thing I want to talk about this morning are e-visa applications out of the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia. Since roughly September 2020, e-visas have not been happening because of the post closure in September 2020. So the post is now processing e-applications again. The post is affirmatively reaching out to individuals that had e-applications that were pending as of that time, as of the post closure. So they are affirmatively going through what must be a massive backlog at this point, and reaching out to people, letting them know if they need more information, letting them know, if they are ready to schedule their interviews, letting them know that those cases are now starting to be processed. What they have not told us, however, is whether or not they are accepting new applications. So we're waiting to hear on them from that. But they are beginning to process those applications that have been stagnant since the post-closure back in September 2020. So as with anything, if you have any questions about your immigration case, feel free to give our office a call, 954-903-1337. Feel free to pop a note in the comments. I do go through them. I do respond. Sometimes I will respond to them privately, but you are certainly welcome to put a note in the comments if you think this is something that you or a colleague would appreciate. Feel free to like or share. And I will see you again next Monday for another Monday morning edition of Beyond the Soundbite. Have a wonderful Monday.